Hey there, my name is Mason, and in this video, I want to walk you through PulseWave Indicator. This is an amazing indicator. It has everything you need and more, and I want to showcase all the features right now in this video. We're looking at a Bitcoin chart, but it works for everything. It works for forex, it works for stocks, futures, indices, whatever you want at the end of the day, it will work for it, as long as there's some sort of historical data. If you're trading meme coins, then it might not work as well for that. But it's an amazing indicator, and essentially what it does is it prints historical levels, and it gives you different thicknesses based on the strength of the level. All this stuff can be calibrated, all the settings can be calibrated to your preference, but there are a couple default settings that I have back tested, I have used. I've personally made tens of thousands of dollars, multiple 5 figures, using this exact same indicator in the strategy that I'm going to lay out here and show you a trade that I'm actually in right now in this video. But the feedback has been amazing. Everyone who's tried it has loved it, and I personally have just built this indicator to have everything that I need in order to be a successful trader. But let me kind of showcase some of the features and dive into more stuff. Right now we're in a Bitcoin trade, and I would not be in this trade if I did not have the levels that PulseWave really laid out for me in the indicator. It's very straightforward, and that is what I've designed it to do. I've designed it to be a really straightforward indicator that just gives you clear entries, clear exits, and just helps you navigate the charts a lot better. And that is all anyone could really ask for, because trading is essentially gambling, right? We don't know if it's going to go up or down, but we could take higher probability trades based on different indicators, based on different levels and things like that, and we can have more conviction in our trades based off of things like that, right? And what PulseWave is nice for is seeing those levels at different time frames. Right now we're looking at a 1 hour time frame, but we could find confluence on different time frames and really see what's happening. And it works for any sort of trading condition, any market, any trading condition, whether you're trading the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the hour, if you're doing massive swings, it works for all that because it is just printing historical levels based on the data, and you could change the amount of levels in here. You could get more, you could get less. There are a ton of settings, as you could see, right? It is very customizable. Right now we're in swing mode, and there are so many things. These are really my favorite sort of extra indicators that come along with it. It just gives you more conviction. And if you know anything about trading, right, it is all about conviction, all about confidence. You need to be confident when you're in trades, because if you're not, you're just going to be sitting there just shaking, and you're going to be panicking the whole time, right? You're going to be stressed out, and you don't want to trade like that. You want to be mentally strong. It is an 80 to 90% mental game, and I find that PulseWave really helps me just dominate the mental game because I could see these levels a lot more clearly. I don't need to draw them myself. It will dynamically draw these levels. We could go do a back test right here, and I'll explain the trade that I'm currently in, and we'll talk about some of the extra indicators and customizations. But let's just do a replay, do a bar replay, and you can see kind of how it just gets drawn out. So we're going to hit play right here, and you can see what's happening in a real-time basis. So these levels are getting drawn out. They're very thin because they are not super strong support or resistances, right? The red ones are going to be the resistances, the green ones are going to be the supports, but you can see that these hold up very consistently, and this is what allowed me to enter the trade that I'm about to discuss here in a couple minutes. But it is an amazing indicator, and it is really consistent. You could see I entered in right off of here, and we are up right now because I entered in off of this support level, this green one on the hourly. If we look at the 4 hour, it is like spot on too. So I entered off the 4 hour as well. A good just dump, honestly. It's like you could see this existing 4 hour support. It just dumped straight down to the next one. I saw this at entry as I was already planning on entering here, and it just happened very, very quick, which was amazing, right? I already had bids set. I was ready to go. And we could look at the 12 hour, see it dumped, touched the 12 hour as well. And we're just finding confluence between the levels, and that's what's super, super nice, right? We could look at the daily. You could see that in the daily we're kind of in no man's land still, but I'm not looking to stay in it for that long. I'm really looking to exit up here. This is my trade plan, up back to 97. So come retest it. Maybe we will front run the retest a little bit. So that's kind of my exit strategy. But It helps you find trades. It is amazing, and I love it so much, you know? And let's talk about some of the extra features. So, show RSI divergences, that is huge. I love that. That is an amazing feature. It puts these little arrows right here. It looks like a line when you're in a bit more zoomed out of a mode, but it puts that there, which is super nice. So it just gives you that sort of confidence boost, and you could customize it to whatever you want to do, right? So show RSI divergences, flick that on and off. Show volume spikes. It will give you this little diamond when there's a volume spike. So you could see one right here, one right here, one right here, and it's consistent with how the candles actually work. This yellow one is a doji, so you could actually show the dojis. You could show engulfing patterns. I personally don't like using this one as much, but on higher time frames, I think this is also pretty solid. We could actually find everything. But I personally, I don't like using that one as much, but it is there if you want to use it, right? And that's the whole point of this. I've really set it up to just be adaptable to any trading style, but the main primary thing that you're going to be using is the levels. Our V1 version was just the levels. That was all that it was, right? Primarily just levels. It showed highs and lows, and these levels updated dynamically. They did not show different thicknesses though. So what's really cool about V2 is that it shows dynamic thickness based on the strength of it. And this could be calibrated. So you could see minimum touches for strong level, that this will change the thickness of the levels, right? We can make it so the minimum touches have to be a lot of minimum touches, which is really cool. You could drop it back down. You could see a lot more strong levels up here, right? And this just allows you to get a lot more clarity when you're just navigating the charts, like I mentioned. You know, when you're trying to enter and exit trades and just plan your trades, this is the best tool to be able to do it, because you can see the levels, and it really highlights the areas that you should be paying attention to. And that is really the most important thing in trading. One, I mean, having the confidence, like I said, it's like an 80 to 90% mental game. So if you have that confidence and you could really see these extra indicators and see the extra sort of confluence with the time frames as well, then you're going to stick in the trade, right? Like, I'm not worried about the rejection right here. I feel pretty confident that we could come back up because my stop is also way down here, right? So it's like there's still a couple levels we'd have to take out on the 30-minute. On the hour, we'd have to reject and come back down here, which is a strong one. On the 4-hour, on the 12-hour, you know, so we'd still have to come back down pretty hard. Right now, we have a doji on the 12-hour as well, you know, so we're kind of playing tug of war a little bit, and I'm getting that indicator just real time. You know, this is a level that formed in the 12-hour. This is a really thin one. This hasn't been tested many times, but we could see that it formed like here on Friday, you know? So that's what's nice about these levels, is you could see when they actually form based on the start of them. So that's just another little thing that is better from V1, because with V1 it was just a straightforward line. You couldn't really see when it started, right? And with V2, at least, you could see exactly when the level formed, when it started, so you could go back and just see how long it's been there and really how strong of a level it is. And that's the whole point, right? We want to have really strong levels so you could have that confidence in the trade. And that is why I've developed this. And honestly, you know, it's like I just want to build a community through this indicator. That's kind of my goal. So I think everyone that comes in, join the Discord, come chat with me, come learn about it, you know, come post your wins, come post your losses. You know, it's like trading, you're not going to win 24/7, but this indicator has a pretty high success rate. Everyone who's tried it has had amazing feedback. You know, you could check out our WAP group, and you could check out all the testimonials there. You know, if you look at our website, Pulse here, you will see that we have the reviews, right? So it's like we have all these testimonials, all these are verified. Everyone who's tried it has loved it. All the feedback has been amazing. You can't see me right now because it's all dark, but yeah, it is just a really straightforward indicator, guys. I love it a lot, and I think you will too. I just want you to give it a try, and hopefully you could just have a lot more confidence when you're trading, right? Tie this into your existing strategy, build a new strategy around it and test it, right? Set up a secondary account. And like I mentioned, it works for everything. I know we looked at crypto for the most of this because I just feel like it's a good way to showcase all the little things about it, right? And there's still so much more in the settings that I haven't even covered, but it's like it shows MACD crosses, so we could add that. You could see that there. Show EMA crosses. You could customize all these things. You could customize the RSI length, like the MACD fast, slow signal, short EMA, long EMA, the colors, right? You could do swing, scalp mode, right? These are two pre-made modes we've just set up for you. With scalping, you'll notice it'll draw a lot more lines. And if you don't want that many lines, you could easily come in here and you could do max levels per side and turn it down, right? So you're going to get a lot less levels and it'll give you a bit more clarity for whatever you're trying to do. You know, everyone has a different strategy at the end of the day. And I personally like using the swing mode in default settings because that is what's worked for me. I've set it up to be a pretty consistent indicator so you could just use it right out of the box. But yeah, it works for everything. You know, like it literally works for everything. If you look at any of the back tests, it's amazing. Right? It's really nice. It's really consistent, and I like it a lot. You know, just gives you information. It gives you levels to look at. And yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone who's tried it has made money with it. At least from what I know, no one has complained about it. Put it that way. Everyone who's tried it has given me amazing feedback. They've loved it. Not everyone's left reviews, but I've talked to a few people and they have said, "Hey, this is an amazing indicator." Right? You can look even on the trading view right here, see that like these are the release notes from earlier, and this guy's like amazing indicator, happy to be part of this community, right? And I was like, hey, like please leave a review. But you know, it's like I'm just trying to build a community at the end of the day, guys. I really just want to help a bunch of traders find success. I want to get better as a trader myself. This indicator has helped me so much. I cannot stress it enough, and I think it's really going to help a lot of people. So hopefully I'll see you in the group. Hopefully that you could find success with this indicator, and yeah, hopefully I've clarified any of your questions. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Use the chat bubble in the bottom right corner to ask a question, and I will answer your question. But other than that, guys, thank you very much. Take it easy, and yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Just running back through the settings one more time if you want to take a look at them. But that is it. Peace.